Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final boarding call and the doors will be closing soon. Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Everybody, and happy Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern time. You know what it is? It's time to hang out and chill a little bit midweek to get you through. We're excited tonight. We got another great podcaster coming on to sit and talk with us. We're going to get to learn about him tonight, but I am excited to get this show going and get it off the road. My producer just came home. He's in the other room. I'm sure he'll be in at some point to say hello, but let's start things out the way we always do. And let's thank theliveplace.com. You know, theliveplace.com, they host over 120 family-friendly channels here on YouTube. It's not just Disney. It's a little bit of everything. You can find them right here on theliveplace.com and Dreamers Empire on YouTube or on theliveplace.com. I can't stress enough. You want to stop over there and check them out. They're your TV guide for viewing right here on YouTube. You know, every week I say, hey, thank you to my partner channels. That's Dole Whip Dad and Myers and the Mouse. We go live. I mean, live and crazy every week for football, and it's an exciting time. We cover the NFL coast to coast every Thursday night with the NFL Watch Party. I welcome you to go check out my two partner channels, Dole Whip Dad and Myers and the Mouse. Great content over there. You'll find a little bit of everything that you like. There's crafting, there's Disney, there's Super Bowl talk, obviously, with the champions being over there on Myers and the Mouse channel. There's a little bit of Disney morning talk, DVC, all kind of stuff. All your viewing pleasure. Myers and the Mouse and Dole Dad. Check them out. Just a little program note, we will not be live tomorrow night, Thursday night. There's no game, but we will be live double shot on Monday, and I'll talk more about that later in the show. Everybody, we welcome you to stop over and join the Disney Chaos Clubhouse. And we are 1,000 members strong. We just picked up our 1,000th member this morning. It's on Facebook. It's free to join. We highlight all the great Disney creators over there. There is artists. There are sculptors. There are podcasters. There are YouTube creators. Stop on over. Go into Facebook. Look up the Disney Chaos Clubhouse. Tell me you want to come in. We'll get you in there with us. You'll hear about everybody that's great over there. Of course, we are on both Instagram and Twitter. You can find us over there if you want to communicate with the show. We welcome you to also check us out. Every show, before we get going, I take a moment to just say thank you. I'm so appreciative of my members of our channel. Yes, the Clubhouse members. There's 3 different levels. There is the Clubhouse, Andy's Toy Box, and Phantasmic Theater. That is a membership. You just hit that join button on the front of the channel if you're interested. Again, you don't have to do that. We appreciate those who do. It is completely voluntary. We thank our members each week. Donna, the Lynn Project, David Cantrell, Via Priga on the great channel. So many Muppet Badge of Honor winners. We appreciate you. Tina McNeil, Diz Jabbers, Triple P, and Karen Cook. Uh-oh, wait a minute. You know, every time that we get a super chat on the show, and it's starting early, which is surprising, we call that a fast pass to the show. We like to feel like we're at the park, so we got a fast pass right there off our Magic Band. Monarch Moments, because Jeff hasn't gotten you Sprinkles yet. Yes, I know. I am dying for Sprinkles cupcakes, and he keeps toying with me. Monarch, we love you. They're going to be a guest on the Wednesday show coming up later in the year. Just finishing up my members real quick. Lisa, Caitlin, Make It Blue, Wendy Lou, Who, R. Johns, T. Marie Photography, Great Little Channel, she'll be a future guest. Mike Wheeler, Magical News Live, James Ryan, so many winners. We got a couple more slides here just to say thank you to our members. Dre Houston, Candy Mom, Marin Memphis, Super Disney Fam. Barbara, she's Faith Hope in Disney. Dave Houston, the Freak of Disney. Carlos, he's a good man, the Disney World Freak. Triple D, Detroit Disney Duo. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate our members. Finishing up here to the end, Loving Diz World. He's been a new member lately, been active in the community. Real happy to see him. Trish Hayden, Anna Gigante, I love that name to say it. Dino Broccolino, it's Italian night here on my show. Mike, 88NYC, the Roscoe Mothership, my partner Dole with Dad, the Disney Digest, and we're just finishing up our members right here as we say thank you. One Stop Mouse, our newest member. Dad Builds, Matt Williams, Amy HAC Magic, thank you. Casey Bryant, Gallantly Streaming, love that name. MY, that's favorite. She's awesome. And I will tell you there's a big question mark because we got an opening for that 40th spot. Much like the Haunted Mansion, we got room for one more. For those members of our channel that do the Andy's Toy Box level and Phantasmic Theater, you get the custom-made coins that we have had made. And before I bring my guest on, I always show them every time right on there. That is the Mickey coin that we had made. It is Steamboat Willie in color, and they are heavy. You can hear that from the drop on there. It has my logo on the back side. These are specially made for my military friends out there. If you're with the military, you understand the importance of the challenge coins, and I'm giving them out to military members, but also giving them to the members of my channel. So, finishing up real quick, we're getting ready to start with our guest here. We have a program note before we go. I'd just like to tell everybody that at the end of the show tonight, after we interview our great guest, we will be taking the time to acknowledge several channels as we do each week that have hit accomplishments in subscribers and or viewership. So we're going to be excited to do that. We encourage everybody to hang around and see that. I'm going to go ahead and say hello to the chat real quick before I bring my guest on, and we were going to open the phone lines up in just a few minutes. So before we get going here, 20 of you in the chat already. We appreciate you coming in and joining us tonight. Let's say hello to some friends. Loving Diz World in first. Congratulations. #1 in the chat tonight. Make It Blue. Caitlin's here. Marin Memphis, we love you. Jonathan Chong. Cricket Fox, all the way from Australia. It's good to see you, my friend. Rob Fuzz. Oh, God, I'm contractually obligated. Hold your ears. I don't understand. For some reason, I've got to do that every time he comes in the chat. Don't ask me why. Karen Cook, great to see you. Mickey Bunch Kelly, she'll be a guest later on this year. We're excited about her. Monarch Moments was so kind enough to super chat us to start. Fashionista 2007. Cool name. I like it. Welcome. First time seeing you here. I welcome you to the show. Let's see who else we got. Mars here. LSU Mom, one of my moderators and a Muppet. She's here. Karen Cook, another Muppet and good friend of the show. We love Karen Cook. She's also one of my moderators. Dre Houston, she's in here. Great to see you. So many friends here tonight. Evan Brown, hello. Welcome in. Just jumping back down here. Remember, guys, if you have questions for our guests tonight, I will gladly try to take them throughout the show. Please put them into the chat. We'll get to them. Brian, NASCAR fan 22. Great to see you again here, buddy. Appreciate you being in here. So many friends here. We thank you. Christine Hickman. Christine Hickman in the house. I always love seeing Yoda in your picture. So, guys, let's get things rolling and have a little fun. Again, phone lines are opening up. I'm going to throw my guests up on the screen right there. That is their page here on YouTube. We're going to talk about them, and you're going to get to know them. My guests tonight are a father-daughter team that produces Disney-themed product and content via their podcast, and they're coming over to join us on YouTube and growing, and we're excited to get them over here and to talk to them tonight. Their goal is to create joy by sharing the love of all things Disney, in a hope that their content brings a smile to your face as you enjoy the Disney journey with them. At this time, it is my honor to welcome to the chat Troy and Irene, or Mimi as she's known, for those who know her. I guess I can call her that. I feel like I know you now. I'm excited to talk to you guys. Welcome in.
Thank you very much. Hey.
We're excited to have you guys here. So I'm gonna give everybody just a little bit of I guess background between you guys, and then I want you to tell everybody about yourself. And we got 20 friends here now. There'll be questions coming in. I'm sure it'll grow. There are a couple YouTubers going live right now, so we'll probably have a lot of people catching this on the replay as well. We do have a lot of replay watches on our Wednesday night show, so I want to have the chance for everybody to get to know you. I found them. I was cutting the grass one day and looking for somebody to listen to, and I usually listen to a couple different podcasts, and I came across them, and I didn't see the name. I saw the logo, which is on Troy's shirt. That's the newer logo right there, but it's pretty close to the one I saw a while back. It's the microphone. You can see it up there in the corner, the microphone there with the Disney ears on it. I was like, wow, that's cool. And that was before I even had a channel. And I said, all right, let me go check them out. And I listened to one of the shows. It was very good, very entertaining. Of course, I love family-friendly shows and family indoor shows. So that was how I found these guys. They are doing very well in the podcast world. And everybody knows on my channel, I'm trying to break down these doors. And now you guys have your YouTube channel, and you're over here. And again, I'm going to throw it up real quick. Guys, I hope that tonight at the end of the show, by the time you've watched and got to know our guests, that you want to jump over to Disney Assembled and check them out and follow them and subscribe to them based on the content of our interview tonight. And, of course, check out their podcast. But we'll talk more about that as we go on. So let's start by telling everybody a little bit about you guys, how you kind of just the general stuff, and then we'll dig more into your podcast and your channels and all that.
Sure. You want to start?
No.
There you go.
All right. So, well, it's great to be here, Pete. Thank you for reaching out to us. We're just honored to have this chance to talk to you and to get to know your guests a little bit. I mean, I'm the father part, obviously, of this duo. And I don't know. I mean, we started the podcast during the pandemic, quite frankly.
Uh-huh.
And just to get our minds off of everything else that was going on and so forth. But yeah, I mean, I'm, professionally, I'm the headmaster at a small private independent school.
Uh-huh.
So that's my day job. And of course, with all the stuff going on in the world, running a school right now isn't the easiest job in the world, but it's good work, and I'm happy to do it every day. I'll let Mimi talk for herself, but yeah, we're a family where the two of us are really the big Disney fans. Mom and little brother are take it or leave it people.
Well, Helder likes Star Wars.
Yeah, he's a big Star Wars guy, but
Yeah, Star Wars and Marvel, but like everything else is like kind of take it or leave it.
right. So
Yeah.
we're sort of the more gung ho Disney fans.
Awesome. Well,
the
you know
other
what?
two.
You got to start somewhere, right? It's that's kind
Well,
of
we're working on them. We're working on them. We're
Yeah.
that's a good thing.
sprinkling the pixie dust in their food when they're not looking. So
There you go. We got Caitlin Make It Blue said she just subbed over. She loves Disney podcasts, so she'll be checking out. Matt Williams, one of our members in here. Great to see you, Matt. Raleigh Creatives in house. Cody, Strive to Be Better's here. So many good friends here tonight. Caitlin, thank you for going over and doing it. I encourage everybody to check them out as we go through tonight. So a little bit about them. Obviously, they live in the Texas area, so not extremely close to Disney, kind of in the middle of both parks. And we'll talk about their that a little bit later, too. They've been doing their channel since March of 2020. So, again, the thing with my channel is I interview quality people, and what I vision is quality creativity. It doesn't matter if you have 5 subscribers or 5 million. Everybody's just as important to me. And that's why our guests are here tonight, because I want more people to hear about Troy and Mimi and their podcast. They first went to Disney in 2012 together there, which is interesting. We're going to talk about, they've been somewhere that I haven't been. They've walked on the streets where Walt has walked, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on as well. A little bit on their social media. They can be found on Instagram, Twitter, and of course here on YouTube and Facebook. All of those links are in the body of this information of this stream tonight, so you can go over there at any point and check. They have their Facebook book, Facebook book. They're strong on Instagram, 934 followers on Instagram. Hats off to you guys. That's over double what I have almost. I think I'm at close to 5. So again, it's a testament to what you guys are doing, and that's exciting there. So let's talk about first, how did you guys come up with the name, the logo, all that stuff when you first started putting everything together?
So I don't really remember the name part. I remember thinking about it for like days. Like we had like absolutely no idea, and like Googling podcasts that like already existed because we didn't want to have something that wasn't original. And so Papa comes up to me and he's like, "What about Assembled? You know, like from Marvel, from like Avengers." And I'm
Cool.
like, "That's stupid." And he's like, "Okay, just like think about it. If you can come up with like a different one, let me know." And like I couldn't come up with a different one, so here we are, and I don't hate it anymore.
Yeah, that was really the thing, because I just, that scene when at the end of Infinity War or Endgame, when he says assembled, and I wanted to try to bring some of that in, but yeah, we had, I mean, I can't even remember what some of the other names we came up with were, but I knew we wanted Disney in it, and we wanted it to be something that no one else had, and quite frankly, it was something
hard.
like for social media that no one was using.
Yeah.
So we were just trying any random assortment of names.
And we didn't want to have to put like a dot or like an underscore. I mean, we would have if we had to, but we wanted to avoid that.
Right.
The logo was not what it is now. It was like this weird like box thing, and like the first line on the box was like slanted, and Papa wouldn't fix it, and so it was like red with like the dots, you know, like the Mickey pants, and then it was like a black strip that was like angled, and it said Disney Assembled across the top, and it was like really awkward and weird.
It looked like a big Lego piece.
Yeah, if
like
you scroll all the way down on our Instagram, you'll find it.
Okay.
But like, don't do that because it's really ugly.
Okay, so everybody stay away from the bottom part of their Instagram. You can look at everything.
Oh, go and look at it. It'll make this one look even better.
Right. And
well, this is a great one. I love this one.
Yeah, and he comes to me with this, like, we had changed it from that box thing to something else, which I think is the microphone. I was like, oh, yeah, I like the microphone. And then he puts the castle behind it, and I'm like, I don't like the castle.
Yeah, she did not like the castle.
And then he, like, posted on Instagram, and I was like, oh, yeah, the castle, that's so cool. And I was like, I can't win.
It's always unique as you start, you know. So Jeffrey Resendez in-house. Michelle the Quilter's here. Great to see you here with us. Brian Nascar says, hi, Disney Assembled, saying hello to you. Strive to be better says coming up with a catchy name is definitely hard, but I think that's a great name. Thank you. And Strive has a great little logo there. Cody, I love your logo. I think it's awesome. Of course, Mike Wheeler, one of our moderators, he's a winner of the recognition for being incredible in the community with a Muppet Badge of Honor. He was Gonzo. He's in-house saying hello. Mike, keep an eye while you're in here tonight, hanging around. Let us know as they grow with subscribers over there. We always appreciate that. And I saw that Love and Disworld already jumped over to your Instagram, and he's following you there now. So I appreciate the community coming up behind them. So came up with the logo, got the ears behind the microphone. It's really cool now, which, by the way, guys, they are available on TeePublic, all kinds of stuff. Could you hold up your phone case? You showed me that before we started the interview. I thought that is really cool looking. Look at that. That is sharp looking, with the Disney Assembled logo there. I just really like the logo. I think it's pretty cool. So you guys can, as you're doing, and if my moderators could look at pull the link for TeePublic off of the information part of our show, I would love that, and put it into the chat there. You can buy everything that Disney Assembled does in their logo section there in TeePublic. Karki's in-house. Thank you for being here, Karki. Yes, smash that like button. Let our guests know you're having a little bit of fun as we sit here with them tonight. You guys have walked in Walt's shoes. You've been out to California. Have you guys been down to Florida also as well? You've been both parks? Okay.
I've been to Florida a few times. I mean, I went growing up in middle school on a trip. Okay. My wife and I actually honeymooned there.
Nice.
Yeah. And and then we took the kids twice. The kids have gone twice,
But I was
but
so
they,
young.
yeah,
It
they
doesn't
don't
even.
they don't really remember. I think
Yeah.
the last time we were there, you were 6.
Yeah, I was like 6.
Yeah.
And I like mention that a lot on the podcast, and it kind of makes me feel like lesser, I guess, because like everyone goes, and like it's been so long since I've been, so I'm
Right.
literally speaking like out of experience. But
Well,
it's
didn't the
fun.
pandemic take away a trip? You guys had one planned that
We
you
were
had
supposed to go to Disneyland, go
Oh,
back.
see,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
you're
with
already
the
better than me 'cause I
Disneyland
haven't been.
trip. The Disneyland trip was it really kind of interfere with the flow of our podcast because we had planned episodes that we wanted to do based on our trip. So we wanted to do one on Galaxy's Edge. We wanted to do one on because we had planned it to go after Avengers Campus was supposed to open. So we were going to
Yeah.
talk about Avengers Campus and all that stuff. And so we had to scrap those plans and
Yeah.
come up with new ideas, which wasn't all that difficult to come up with new ideas, but it was really a real bummer to not be able to go and
Yeah, like I was
do
really
all that.
excited.
Yeah, I'm sure that really took the wind out of it. I'm sure. Faith Open Disney Barber, great to see you here. Surf Bums here, great to see you here, John. They are at 23 on YouTube as of right now already. Cricket throws in there. So that is my Thursday football show offensive coordinator. Cricket's here with us tonight. I appreciate you guys all being here tonight. Let's talk about real quick. You can be found on just about every podcast forum there is for any of our viewers that are watching tonight or on the replay. Just kind of looking up Disney Assembled, and they can find you there, which is great. So just name off a couple of those, John. Because Troy, I'm new to those, so I don't know them off the top of my head. But if you could for our viewers, that would be great.
Sure. The one that we have the highest percentage of listeners from is Apple Podcasts. So if you go to Apple Podcasts or iTunes, I don't know what they call it now. I call it Apple Podcasts. I would say 40% of our listeners are listening through Apple Podcasts.
Okay.
Spotify is a big one. iHeartRadio podcasts, we get a lot of listeners from. Trying to think of some of the other ones. We're on Amazon Podcasts now, so if you have Amazon Music on your device and updated it recently, it'll have podcasts as a choice. You can find us there.
Okay.
Stitcher is a big podcast distributor. We're on Stitcher. So
you can just listen like flat out on Anchor too.
Right. And you can go to the show is housed through anchor.fm, and a lot of podcasts use them. So you can just go to anchor.fm and look for Disney Assembled there.
Okay.
And you can listen to it that way.
I think if you just like Google it, it'll come up on like some platforms.
Probably the easiest, and I keep forgetting that it's only been a little while. If you go to our website, disneyassembled.com, all of the places that the show can be found on is located in the upper left-hand side of the screen on the website.
Yeah.
So,
Awesome.
but yeah, there's a number of places, and just depending on where the listeners are from. Most of our listeners are from the United States. Probably about 89% are from the U.S., but we have listeners that have chimed in from all over the world. Really.
Well, you'll probably pick up a few more from all over because I have a very strong following with Europe. With our channel, which is nice. We have a lot of friends over there. As I mentioned earlier in the show, one of my moderators and a huge supporter to our community, Cricket Fox, is from Australia, and she's here tonight. So hopefully we'll get you some more attention that way. Mike, I will fix that in the link. Thank you for letting me know that. If anyone, again, has questions for our guest tonight, please put them in the chat. We'll get to them. Surfbum says to tell you hello. Karen Cook says she just subbed. She's number 24. We appreciate you doing that and supporting our guest here tonight. Let's talk about your love of Disney. Obviously, probably, I would think, from the way things went at my house, that Irene probably came into it because she was born into it. Maybe you had the love of Disney first, but talk about your love of Disney, how you cultivated it with your kids, all that. That'd be great.
You want me to start? I'll go quick and you can tell yours. Yeah. So when I was growing up, I remember and I grew up in the suburbs of New Orleans, and my neighborhood hadn't been overly developed yet. So I remember on Sundays, the family would go to this field and we'd pick blackberries. We'd make blackberry waffles or whatever, but we would sit down and watch The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday night.
Yes.
And, this was in the, mid 70s. And so I just remember doing that and loving that time with my parents and my family. And, I try to get them to watch some of the stuff on Disney Plus that they're not really that interested in. But, I remember I remember hoping that Zorro was coming on or Davy Crockett was coming on The Wonderful World of Disney. And it was just a really exciting thing to be sort of taken into that world of storytelling, which as a kid, I didn't appreciate that as much. I just knew I liked it.
Right.
And as an adult, I think the lessons that the Disney content teaches in their stories, there's some powerful messages,
Absolutely.
no matter how old you are.
Mhm.
And then certainly as a father, a lot of those stories that I'm rewatching have new meaning to me. And, it's been great to do. And I think it just brings me closer together to them
That's
through
awesome.
that storytelling. So, but that's
Okay.
my love of it.
Before Mimi goes real quick, Danny Wiesner, great to see you in here, buddy. I will actually see you maybe on Friday. I'm back in-house at 9 o'clock on Friday. So great. Thank you for coming over. Appreciate it. Cricket Fox says they're up to 30 subscribers now. I just subbed. Faith, Hope, and Barbara subscribed to you. Make It Blue Caitlin has a question, and we'll get back to that in just a minute because I want to hear Mimi's answer to my question originally. So Michelle the Quilter subscribed as well there, and she says, I will definitely listen to the podcast. Tell me from your vantage point, Irene, tell me, your love of Disney and where that's coming from.
I don't really have like any memories like as a very young child, I guess. But like I guess the biggest one that kind of got me into it was like, okay, it kind of went like this,
Okay.
like one of those like charts. And when I was like 4, all I wanted to be was like Minnie Mouse. We've talked about this on the podcast, the red dress with the white polka dots, and like that's it. That's like no, the pink dress, not the red one.
Okay.
That's everything I wanted to be like and more. Like that's it. That's all I wanted to be for Halloween. That's all I wanted to wear to school. That's all I wanted to do ever. And so like I was Minnie Mouse, and I was like obsessed. And I was like, there's like that pink dress, and then there's like my obsession with Cinderella as a young girl, and then there was like Winnie the Pooh. And so like I kind of had the full circle of like Disney love as a kid, but I didn't really understand it, because I'm like 4. I like don't understand what that emotion is. And then we went, and it was like great or whatever, loved it. And then I got older, and sorry, I kicked the table.
That's okay.
I kind of like dipped because like I don't know, it just kind of like slowly died out. We weren't as like into it as much because my brother was not into it, and I was at the age where I was like rebellious. I was like, yeah, like princesses are stupid. Okay, whatever. Like I was like rebellious, and I didn't want to like girly things, and Helena wasn't into girly things either.
Right.
And so you kind of like go in this dipping point, and then Gravity Falls gets released on Disney Channel, and I literally watch Gravity Falls every week. I would sit at the TV, like waiting for it to come on, and I watched all the conspiracy videos. And then once I realized that was Disney, I like I was maybe 7, I think. And then like from there, it's just been like this.
It's been like that.
Thing.
That's great. I love.
Yeah.
What? It doesn't matter how you get there. It's just that you're there, and
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love it. Pam's fam, one of our moderators in house, say hello. Mike Wheeler, LSU mom. They're throwing your links for T Public into the chat. They're throwing your channel into the chat. I love all of our moderators. A huge thank you to all of my moderators. I'm humbled that you support our channel as much as you do. So we talked about that. Let's talk about some of the maybe the YouTube channels that you guys enjoy, and also maybe some of the other podcasters. You gave me some great direction on some new podcasters that I need to look at that are quality out there. I know, and I always preface this whole question with, hey, look, if you're listening to the show, and they didn't happen to mention to you. Remember, I'm putting them on the spot here, so I'm just asking for feedback off the top of your head. I'm sure there's a lot of great people out there. They're not forgetting you on purpose. Lord knows I'm not forgetting anybody on purpose, because I can tell you if I do. Oh, and speaking of things, there's my missing car key in the chat. Great to see you. Anthony Manzano, great to see you here, buddy. I just saw him earlier on That Crazy Disney Ladies show, so great to see you here. So talk to me a little bit about some of the channels that you guys follow and enjoy.
We're just now trying out some of the YouTube channels. I would say going back further on YouTube, it was more like Irene and I really enjoyed watching the ride videos. So like
Yeah.
TPM vids and stuff like that.
Okay.
We spent a lot of time watching, mostly because we wanted to go on a trip and we couldn't go. So
Yeah,
a lot
and
of
so,
those
like,
rides.
made it our own.
Yeah. So yeah, but
Okay.
podcasts have been a little bit
Yeah.
more prevalent.
I don't
So
always have time to like listen to a podcast, but like he would bring me to track, or he would like bring me home from track, and he'd be like, listen to this, and I'm like, okay. And so we started listening to like Unlocking the Magic, and
Yeah.
then we started our own, and now we have all these other ones that I listen to on my way to soccer.
right.
Nice.
Unlocking the Magic, that podcast was probably the one that got me hooked on
Yeah.
Disney podcasts. It's fantastic, and
Nice.
the rapport between, it's a husband and wife team, and they talk about their family trips. They're not vacation planners. They're not. They don't work for Disney. They just love it, and
they have like a platform too,
right.
and so
Nice.
it's like
And they had a lot of
really
they have a
cool.
lot of fun, and
Yeah.
so we would listen to that together, like Irene was saying, on the way back from a track meet or a soccer match, and that kind of got us into the podcast. And I just have started trying to find other ones. Every podcaster that sort of has followed us on Instagram, I've at least tried to listen to a couple of their episodes. I feel I can say this, whether it's the YouTube community or podcasts, the Disney creators have been fantastic. Everybody's been pleasant. Everybody's been supportive of each other. No one's trying to, do one-upsmanship on each other.
Mhm.
There's not a lot of arguing. It just seems like a really nice community of people,
It is. It's
and
you're right.
it's just been great for us. But yeah, Unlocking the Magic is a really good podcast. Bobsleds and Banthas has been really great with us.
Mhm.
They write us all the time with feedback, because Mimi is not a fan of
Yeah,
of
right now
Prince
they're mad
Philip,
at me
and
because
yeah,
like one of them was Prince Philip in
yeah,
the park, in their youth, and I don't like Prince Philip. I make fun of him on the show.
Okay.
And yeah, now they're mad at me. So
so
but wait, no,
those
but
are
like
good ones.
in
Yeah,
reality, they're really cool.
yeah,
Bob
That's good.
Kinda,
I love it.
there's tons, and Diz and Hers is a really good one,
yeah.
and trying to think, Disney Dependent is
Yeah,
one
that is
that
a good one.
interacts with us a lot, and I'm not mentioning because they interact with us, just they're good shows, and so forth. I'd say for podcasts, I mean, everybody's got their own thing. One thing Mimi and I try to make clear in our show is we're not a news show. We're not sitting here all day, each day, collecting all the Disney news of the week and doing a big news report. There's a
Right.
lot of really good Disney podcasts that specialize in doing the news. That's just not what we do. We'll mention something here and there if it's of really big importance or whatever, if it stands out. But we do listen to some that do the news and some that are just entertainment. They play games or talk about trips and
Mhm.
have fun, which is what we really try to do, is more about casual conversation. I'd say um, one of the things that was really, really important when she and I started discussing whether we really wanted to do this was, number one, it really, the genesis of the show was our desire to keep our relationship strong during a time of her life where she's changing, and she's getting in high school, and it's
Yep.
hard for fathers and daughters to stay connected. It's hard to find something in common to stay connected to, right? When she was much younger, it could have been sports or activities, and her interests are changing in life, right? But this was one we do have in common. So really it was about the quality time was key. And the second was if it starts to feel like a job, we need to stop doing it.
Right.
Right? If it's no longer
Yeah.
fun to do, if we're not enjoying it, then it's not worth doing, because the good people who listen to the show will feel that it's
Yeah.
not fun anymore, and
And
it's not fair to them either to do
It wasn't
that.
just like keeping our relationship up. It was like we would talk about it. So like going back to the first question, because I didn't answer this fully, but like I started loving Disney, and then I went to the park for the first time in like 10 years in 2017, and then from there, like that's when it's like up here, right? And so we would talk about the park like consistently for like years after we had gone. We would talk about it, and we talk about Disney and like what they're doing, and we would just get like so hype, right? Because it's like Disney, and the rest of our family was like not feeling it. They were like, "Can you just stop talking about Disney for like 8 seconds?" So we needed an outlet to like talk about Disney, and so
Right.
like this was like the perfect outlet.
I love
But
it.
that's not why we do this.
One of the things in our family that's really important is having a diversity of interest. I
Hmm.
mean, Disney's a big deal to Mimi and I, but as a family, we do a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've traveled, instead of we don't go, in other words, we're not a family that's only going to go do Disney vacations every year. We'll do them when we can, but we do other things too. We've traveled, up in Northeast into Maine and New Hampshire and
Nice.
Oregon and Washington. We like, the national parks and exploring new places. Really, what Mimi doesn't know is her mother and I, when we do these travels, are really scouting out potential retirement places.
There you
Right.
go.
So we vacation where we might want to retire. So, but we have our family's pretty diverse in our interests, and Disney just happens to be a big one that we share,
Right. That like.
that has stuck around.
Right.
That's awesome. Let me highlight our chat here real quick, just a couple things. LSU Mom became subscriber number 32. Francisco's here. His Lakers won. He's excited, so I know he's happy about that. Jumping down here, Mike Wheeler said, I'm number 33. He just subscribed. LSU Mom throwing the links into the chat. Loving Disworld is thanking everybody, which is a great thing. Pam's fam says she's number 34. So you're growing quickly there, guys, which is awesome for you. Brian, NASCAR fan, says Resort TV1, Josh and Jenna brought me to you, Pete McDevitt. Well, I appreciate them. They are great friends of us and a phenomenal channel that I've been following for a long time, Brian. So I'm glad they brought you here, and we appreciate you being here. We are definitely friends in the community. Anthony Mazzano, Pete, I recently joined into the stream. Who is your guest right now? My guest is Disney Assembled. They are a podcast father-daughter team that is absolutely unbelievable to listen to. Their love of Disney, you hear it in their chat, and I'm sure you'll find that out as you follow them along. Jersey Mike's in-house. Great to see you. Let's see. Thank you, Cody, for putting that out there. Everybody's talking back and forth. Anthony Mazzano, Disney Assembled. I just joined your channel 10 seconds ago. Anthony Mazzano, thank you. We appreciate that. Just trying to get back down the chat here. Make It Blue Caitlin says you're now up to 35. Nice. I appreciate the support of the community here, guys. Really appreciate you guys supporting them. If you haven't already done so, hit that like button. As Mike Wheeler says, that like button's free of charge. It just lets YouTube and our guests know that they're doing well here tonight, and we all appreciate that. Anything that's free is a good thing, usually I say. Most likely, anything that's free is a good thing. I want to thank my moderators who are here tonight, putting things in the chat, helping to highlight our great guests here tonight. I want to thank my members who are here tonight. They get the incredible, great, unique badges that they have. I see Felix out there. I see Hades out there. You get unique badges. You get to use different emojis. I love the new football Mickey emoji. I'm a big football person. So, of course, just to, drive other people nuts that don't like the Ravens, I put Mickey in purple, which, is always fun, Troy. So, talking about this stuff, you talked about your website, okay? And I know it has, your locations on there. Tell me more about what all people can find, content on your website. I know you guys are very proud of that. It's a great job on the website, but it is very simple. It's DisneyAssembled.com, right? Correct, if I have that right? Okay.
Yes.
So simple to get to, guys, if you want to check out and find out more about them. Pam's fan says, I love their logo. Very cute. So you get a lot of nice comments there. But talk about your website for a few minutes.
Sure. So Mimi and I have sort of an unwritten rule for what we're doing right now. And this is advice I would give anyone who's interested in doing a podcast. Do not spend a lot of money on anything. So our website is essentially a blog template which you get for free on Google, and I just
You pay
purchased.
for the
I paid for the name
URL.
DisneyAssembled.com, right? So even the podcast itself, we keep the cost down because you can get crazy with equipment and everything else, and we just haven't found it to be that necessary right now. But on the website, I think what we do have is every episode of the podcast is an entry on the website. So every single episode you can find there. And there's an embedded play button, right? You can play it directly from the website if you wish. We also have contact information. You could contact us there. There's a link to our store. There's a link to
the Patreon.
To Patreon.
There's also a infographic thing, which we did 2 days ago because Papa was like, Mimi, I need to ask you some questions, and I was like, I'm doing homework. What do you want? And I'm like, he's like answering these questions about Disney. I'm like, okay. So now we have this infographic.
Right. It's like a meet the team, meet your guests. And then I would say not every episode of the podcast, because some of the earlier episodes, we were really just trying to find a template and a voice and a rhythm to the show, which everybody goes through. But in what we've found is we try to do a Disney dad joke of the week. So I come up with a joke every week. And so all the Disney dad jokes we've shared on our podcast are on the website. If you are interested in telling a really awful joke at dinner or at a family gathering, you can get one from there.
Okay.
Some of them are really bad. Some don't make any sense.
Yeah, some of them they're just dad jokes.
I think that's what they are. Exactly. Yeah. We're just stuck with those. Even if they are good, they're probably called dad jokes. The kids don't get them.
And that's really what the website is now. It's just
it's like
all the episodes and anything that you want to find for us. All of our social media links are there, easy to find, and
it's essentially like a central location where if you really want to know and can't find it anywhere, go to the website.
Go.
It's all there.
Awesome, that's fantastic. Anthony Manzano says, Disney Assembled, besides Disney, have you guys ever thought of doing blogs at other theme parks in Florida like Universal or Busch Gardens?
We haven't been to Florida in years.
I haven't been to Universal.
No, me neither.
So a little thing about us, we lived in Virginia for 5 years, near DC, and that's when Mimi was much younger. Before that, I lived in Louisiana with my wife. We didn't travel a lot to those places. I know I have a friend that lives in Orlando as a former cast member, and he's been to those places. But it's a great question. We haven't thought about that.
I want to.
Irene really
wants to do
that.
It's a very expensive trip, so we'd have to find a right time to go do that.
Yeah.
I think we would have to visit those places to do some good content for that. And truth be told, she's interested in going to Universal in those places. I'm not really interested in doing that, primarily because I am not a thrill ride person.
Yeah.
And so any place that has a ton of thrill rides is a waste of money for me. And that one of the reasons I just love Disney is because there's got plenty for anyone.
Right, but you don't know that there's not plenty for everyone at Universal because you've never been. Okay,
I feel like I'm cheating. I feel like I'm cheating on Disney if I go to Universal. It's
I'm right there with you, so don't feel bad.
Take a shower.
I'm right there with you. 52 likes on the stream. We appreciate that. Caitlin Make It Blue Disney Adventure says, what's the first memory of Disney that stands out, or a favorite cast member memory?
I have one, but do you have one?
I'm thinking. I have one that I might want to say, but
I'm going to share one. This is one that Mimi knows because we've told the story to her, but she probably doesn't know from her experience. So when we went in 2012, her brother was still in a stroller and she was toddling around walking. On one of the second day we were there, my wife was very ill, and to the point where she had spots breaking out. She thought she had scarlet fever. Ooh. She could not go into the park that morning. So I had to get them out of the hotel room. I didn't want us all to get sick. So I got her and her brother by myself, went into the Magic Kingdom, and it was storming. I mean, absolute raining cats and dogs. And so it was me and the two kids, and it was hard to find a family bathroom, and they needed diapers changed. They needed laces. So I'm literally like a madman all over the park, and we stopped for lunch in Tomorrowland. I can't remember exactly where we were, but it was one of these sit down quick service places. I don't know what it was themed to back then, but it probably has changed since then. But I'm trying to feed the brother chicken nuggets, and
He's
I'm
like a
focused on
baby.
him, and I turn around and she's gone.
Ooh.
She is gone. I don't know where she is.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around. I'm not panicking yet, and I'm kind of doing one of these numbers, and people are starting to look at me, and I'm looking over, and so then I stood up and I'm standing up and I'm looking over the tables, and I can't find her anywhere. And so then the panic really started to set in because it was crowded. So I remember standing on the table shouting her name, and there's no response anywhere. So at that point, other people are starting to look around. What does she look like? And I grabbed the food, and I threw it. And I grabbed the stroller, and I'm like starting to really panic, running through the restaurant. And there's Mimi. She had just toddled over to a cast member and was just carrying on this adult conversation about Minnie Mouse and princesses. And
I'm very
I'm
intellectual.
gonna tell you, the cast member was fantastic. She knew right away that Mimi was a lost child. She didn't panic. She knew that Mimi just wanted to talk to her, and so they were just talking. And when she saw me come up, I mean, she saw the look on my face, and she knew right away this is this guy's kid. And I couldn't have been more relieved because I was in total panic mode at that point. So we just did the day ourselves with the strollers and meeting princesses and
Nice.
and everything else while my wife was at the whatever the Disney emergency
Medic.
room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
She recovered
almost
pretty
dying,
okay
right?
the next day after some medication, but that was scary.
A
We
scary
didn't
memory, but it turned out to be a really good one. And
yeah, we didn't put the leashes on them. We didn't do that. So they were free range children
well,
running around all over.
say hello real quick. Kay Atwood just came in. She's one of our moderators. We appreciate Kay and thank you. Elena K808, all the way from Hawaii. Aloha, friend. Great to see you here with us tonight. We're sitting with Disney Assembled. They're an incredible father-daughter podcast team. Encourage you to check them out. Somebody give me a subscriber update for them tonight. If you're enjoying them here tonight with us, you're going to get the exact same love that you're going to see for Disney, for each other on their podcast. And I would encourage you to subscribe based on the content you're watching tonight. I don't tell anybody to just go subscribe. I want you to subscribe based on the content you're watching. I also saw Gallantly Streaming, one of our newest members. Great to see you here tonight. Thank you very much for joining us here as we go through. So, Mimi, do you have a special memory or anything before we go on to the next?
I don't want to talk about the ones that we've mentioned on the show because I feel like you actually could figure it out for yourselves. But I'm gonna tell them anyway. So like, okay. So all of my Disney World memories are kind of like jumbled, right? Like I don't have any kind of I can't differentiate when I was 4, when I was 6. So it's just all like one mess. Okay, so I apologize in advance. So I think I'm 6, maybe 4, but I want to ride Nemo in Epcot, right?
Who doesn't? Who doesn't?
Right, like Dark Ride Nemo,
Yep.
and it's like late at night, and there's like no one in line, and so we get in and we get in the little clamshell, and we sit or whatever. We go through the ride. And I'm like terrified because I was like a really scared kid. Like I was scared of everything. I was scared of Beast. I was scared of Queen of Hearts. I was scared of the shark and the glowfish thing. Like I was scared of everything in Disney World. But I wanted to go on Nemo. And so we go on Nemo and I'm like scared of everything. And I go again. So my parents are like, okay, there's no one in line. Let's just like go again. We go again like 11 times. Okay, like we ride this Nemo ride like 20 times. And every single time I am still scared of the shark. Every single time. Every single time.
That was a special ride for us because I remember it may have been that trip. We had booked a dinner at the Grand Floridian. Was the Cinderella character dinner, and we did it. Really, it was just for me and Mimi. And so I brought a sports coat and a jacket, and she had her Cinderella dress and her beads. And we had a fancy dinner, and we danced and did all that stuff with them.
That's
But
awesome.
after dinner, it was just she and I. And she said, I want to go back to Epcot. So we got on the monorail ourselves. We went all the way to Epcot. It was late. And we rode Nemo together. We just kept riding it over and over and over again. And that was a really special memory for. I know typically a lot of when I see people, the Nemo ride doesn't get a lot of love by some people, but it's really special one for us because we did that ride that night, and it was a lot of 1900 Park Fair. One of your guests, that was the dinner, and that was a really cool night for us. It was one of those things, and I guess maybe the seeds of Disney Assembled were planted back then because that was one of the first real father-daughter things we did
there
together.
were a lot of things that happened that night. Like we did Nemo a bunch of times, and we also did like Spaceship Earth like a bunch of times too. Like what was I into? Like I don't understand that. I also have this memory, and I don't know if it's on the side. There's like Lumpy.
To each his own.
Pet is in the way. There's like Lumpy right there. So Lumpy is my favorite character in Winnie the Pooh, and he doesn't get enough love, but I remember watching the Heffalump movie, and like there's this very end scene where like Lumpy and Roo are like playing, and it's like right before Pooh and Tigger and Rabbit and Heffalump mom find them together, and so it's like it's Roo and Lumpy playing and like jumping around or whatever. I memorized the entire scene, and I would just like go to school and I would like act it out. Cause like I memorized the entire scene. And this was like pre-Disney World. This is like I was like child, like I was like baby, and I like memorized.
How weird! I did the same thing at work. No, I didn't.
Let me ask you this, because I know we're coming down close to the end here, but I always like to talk to my guests about Christmas and Halloween. And again, hit that like button, everybody. It's free of charge. Let YouTube and our guests know how much you're enjoying it tonight. Again, real quick before we go over to them, I just want to throw their channel up there again. They are Disney Assembled. They started tonight at 19 subscribers, actually 18 right before we came on. I absolutely love the Toy Story clouds behind the logo there. I think that's absolutely phenomenal. Again, another reason why I was drawn to our guests tonight. Halloween and Christmas, of course, we talked beforehand. You guys haven't been to the parties yet, but from your preference, you have been in the parks during those times. Do you prefer Halloween over Christmas, Christmas over Halloween? What is your preference?
What do you think?
I really like Halloween. So during the Halloween season, the villains are out more.
Yes.
And I really like the villains. I think they're so much fun. So I'm going to have to say Halloween, but Christmas is so amazing at Disney, but I prefer Halloween.
Yeah.
Nice.
I like Christmas a little bit better. I like when they do the snow on Main Street at night, and
that's awesome.
And I know when we were at Disneyland, they still had some of the they had the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay on the Haunted Mansion, which was really neat. I like the Christmas season probably a little bit more than Halloween. I like Halloween personally at home.
Right. I highly encourage when they open back up that you try to do one of the holiday parties. They are phenomenal. I always tell everybody, and all my people in here that are followers of the show will know what I'm about to say. I'm surprised it's not already in the chat, but I am a Hallowismus person. I love both for different reasons. The Halloween party down there, the decor is phenomenal for both seasons, but the Halloween party with the Headless Horseman and the all of the Haunted Mansion related items that are in the parades there are phenomenal. And Christmas is just Christmas. It's, as great as Barbara just said, Disney Christmas is so magical. I couldn't have said that any better. That is a perfect way to say that. It is absolutely magical. I saw Cody had something there too. He says, I would love to get a DL during Christmas for the Haunted Mansion, especially. Yeah, out there, you're right. Troy, you're 100% right. I haven't been and seen that. I've only seen it through TV. And everything there and YouTube. But I would love to see that overlay at some point when they come. There it is. I knew Hallowismus would show up sometime in the chat. It always does. So it's 7:55. We come down to the end here. We've had an incredible night here tonight with our guests, getting to know you guys, seeing the interaction between you two. I'm always empowered when I see a great relationship with a father and a son, or a father and a daughter. I'm lucky to have that with mine. I did. Your dad's right. I did lose it with my eldest daughter for a little while, and I had to work hard to get it back. And I'm proud that I do. So my one thing I'll say to you, Mimi, tonight is don't lose your zealousness to do this with your dad, your love of Disney, and the relationship you have. Because I'm telling you, through all the track meets and everything you guys do, he'll be there through the whole time. So I'd like to ask and throw it over to you guys for a final thought of the evening. Again, just a reminder, when they finish, I'll do my closing. I've got a lot of new accomplishments to recognize, some new things you're going to see on there, new part to the show. So a couple great things to close out the show for everybody to hang out and watch. But right now, it's Troy and Irene's stage. Go ahead, guys. Your final thought.
Anything?
No, not really. I mean, what was so interesting about like the last time we were in the park is we were at Thanksgiving, so it was like in between Christmas and Halloween. And so we still got like parts of the Halloween and parts of the Christmas.
Yeah.
So like and like if I had to choose, like that's how I chose Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my final thought.
I would just say, first of all, I want to thank the people who have subscribed tonight. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, that too.
We've been talking a lot about what we want to do more of on our YouTube channel, and it's just harder. I mean, our lives are really busy with her in school and playing competitive travel soccer, and her brother playing travel baseball and stuff. So we have a lot of stuff going on, but we are planning to do some shorter videos for our YouTube channel. We've talked a lot about, product reviews or things of that nature, or just real quick, just like news items and stuff like that. But certainly we're appreciative of everybody's support tonight. We love doing the podcast. We love putting it out each week. I know when we get reviews on Apple Podcasts, we like to read them on the show, and it just blows us away. I mean, Mimi in particular just is dumbfounded that people are, that would send us an email with feedback or write a really nice review for us, and so all that's just great, and we really do appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, we would encourage anyone who wants to give the show a shot, give it a shot. Go to our website, DisneyAssembled.com. If you love the show and you subscribe and you keep listening, that's all we ask. We hope that we bring a little bit of joy into your life. That's really the goal of the show. I know some shows have membership goals and listener goals and monetary goals. Our goal is just really simple. We just want to make people happy, and we want to record our conversations and in hopes that it makes other people happy to listen to them. So if all those other great things come along as a result of us doing that work, fantastic. But we're not measuring any of our success that way. So yeah, check out the show, give it a shot. If you have any feedback or ideas for the show, we would love to hear them. Just shoot us an email. DisneyAssembled@gmail.com is our email address.
Love
or
it.
you can send us a message on the social media accounts.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, again, and real quick, I saw Dad Builds. Chris came in. Great to see you. He'll catch the replay. Thank you for coming in here, jumping in late with us and catching the very end. We appreciate you being here. First, I want to say thank you to both of our guests here tonight. They did a phenomenal job. It's not easy when you jump over from podcasts, and that's what you're used to focusing on, coming onto a live thing. You guys were both phenomenal, very engaging. I love seeing your interaction, which we hear on the podcast, but it's great to see it face to face. And I thank all of our community members who took time to support them. Again, they are on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on Twitter. You can find them there. They have their website, which is DisneyAssembled.com. They do have their tea shop location, which has been in the chat throughout the night. I love the logo. I'm probably going to end up breaking down and getting one of those shirts because I even told Troy, I was honest with him. When I was trying to figure out what to do with my show, I looked at his logo and I told Preston, that's what I wanted. We were too late, So it is an incredible logo, and you guys should be exceptionally proud of it and keep driving that there. Again, check them out. Again, I thank everybody that subscribed for them tonight. Real quick, we're going to jump into just a couple quick highlights here as we go to the end of the show. You guys are welcome to hang around, and we'll chat at the end if you like. If not, if you have to go, I understand. But take a couple minutes to close things out here real quick as we do this. Again, I want to thank, I'm not going to go into detail, but I want to thank all of our members who are in here tonight. They are highlighted in green. They get special, different emojis that they can use. They have different badges. Again, there's 3 different levels. All you do is hit that join button on the front and select it. Everybody that chooses to do it, we appreciate you. If you do one of the higher levels, you get one of the custom-made coins. They weren't cheap, but I'm proud to hand them out to every one of our members and those members of our United States military that I see in the park. We are all about community here on my channel. That's what it's about. If you ask me what my channel's about, it's like Seinfeld said. His show is about nothing. My show is about everybody else. I interview other people. I highlight other channels. That's what I believe in doing. Magical News Live, incredible channel who I love. He is giving back to the community. He's doing a full fundraiser November 7th, giving back to VB Birthmarks. It's very important to him. He's very passionate about it. And I encourage everybody to go over to Nick's channel on November the 7th. I'm going to highlight it until then, from 1 till 7. He'll be at Magic Kingdom, and all proceeds from his chat will go to the VBF Foundation. I can't think of a better thing to do than having something where you're doing a channel and you are broadcasting and you're doing it for a legitimate charity. I highlight every week LBV TV. They're good friends of mine. I do it because I want to, not because they're a sponsor. Hashtag not a sponsor, they're a friend. And when you have a friend, you take care of them. And I try to take care of my friends because they do incredible T-shirts. There is 2 of their collection right there. There's Piglet and Eeyore. They've got Pooh. They've got Tigger. They've got unbelievable shirts. One of my favorites is the Sam the Eagle. I have about 3 or 4 of their shirts. I actually just bought a couple of those for Christmas presents. Go over to Lake Buena Visitors on Etsy. That's where they're at. You can find their whole T-shirt line. If you like Harry Potter, they got a whole new Harry Potter line. Chris and Maria do a fantastic job over there. We appreciate them. I am really excited about this young lady. We are going to be interviewing her coming up here at the first part of 2021. Her name is Kimberly Bruchard. She is the author of Positively Disney. I can't think of anything better for me than talking about Disney in a positive way and how to lead your life in a positive fashion. And that's what Kim writes about. She is going to be on it. She has a podcast. We love her. I appreciate her. She does a great job. Positively Disney. Check out her books. You can find them on Amazon. I guarantee you're going to do that. You're going to like it. But she will be with us coming up at the first part of the year. I'm excited about the race for 100,000 subscribers. It's called the Race for 100K. I just started this segment of the show. It's brand new. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to highlight certain channels until they hit their 100K. Once they do, we'll ship them out and say, hey, congratulations on getting your button, but we're going to look to somebody else. And I am going to talk real quick about 3 channels that are close to the number. Big Fat Panda. He does a great job. He's real close to the number. He's about to hit 100K. He's at 98,000 plus. I encourage everybody to go check out Big Fat Panda. He does a great job. 98,000. He's real close. He is the closest. Not far behind him is Prince Charming Dev. He's up in the upper 90s. Chip and Dale are running behind him right there. Go check out Prince Charming Dev. He will be right behind Panda, hitting that 100K mark, getting his button. And shortly behind them right now, great friends of our channel, Provost Park Pass. They are a ton of fun. They cover both West Coast and East Coast. They are all over the place. Provost Park Pass, and there'll be a guest coming up on our channel in the near future. So that's the race for 100K. You're going to hear about that. It's a new segment of our show. Every week we go. Magic Mail. Each week I like to highlight Magic Mail and say thank you to people that send Magic Mail to us. Of course, my moderators have been putting our mailing address in the chat all night. I've seen them doing it, and you can find it in the information or about section of our page. Real quickly, I just want to highlight a couple things we received. Excuse me. We received a nice note from Hitchhiking Bones, a brand new note from them that we got. We're so grateful that they took the time to write us, just thanking us for all we do in the community. We appreciate them. They sent us, which is really cool, some of their buttons. Preston and I started a new thing. We have some of our lanyards hanging behind us. We are going to put channel buttons in there until we get enough, and then we're going to buy a pin box and have a special Disney community button box. So if you want to send us your button, and we'll put it up there with us and put it in our box and highlight it, we'll be glad to do so. We also got a really nice note, a thank you note from Magic in Michigan, who was a guest on our channel. I'm not going to read through and go through all that. It was just a note to us about being on there and what we do in the community and how we've helped them. And we appreciate Magic in Michigan. They were a great guest when we started this format several weeks ago. You can go back and watch them in the Disney community playlist on our channel. Congratulations time. Mickey's standing tall as he always is in his tuxedo, looking good. And we talk about what Walt said so many years ago. Do what you do so well and so uniquely that people can't resist telling others about you. Well, that happened tonight with my guests. That's why I had them here. They were doing it so well, I had to tell you about them. But we've got some congratulations in line here tonight. Our Journey UK, from over across the pond, Our Journey UK. We're excited about them. 100 subscribers. I think that's the toughest number to hit. So we do whatever we can. I see that we have a new member to the chat. I am binded by my own contract that whenever Dizar Dream shows up into my chat.
What are you looking at, you hockey puck?
I always got to ask him, what are you looking at, you hockey puck? Because he won't get me Sprinkles Cupcakes. I don't know what his deal is, but they have a great channel. He and Angela are fantastic on Saturdays. I love watching Diz Our Dream. Bridget's Buzz, congratulations. She hit 100. She's celebrating. Mickey's got the high 5 or the high 4 up there. She's wearing her celebrating button. 100 subscribers there. We're excited about them. Cam's Travels. Bravo, says Mickey. Cam, you got 500. You're halfway there to the big number. We appreciate you. Congratulations, Cam's Travels. It's Always Sunny. They're great friends of the channel. They just hit 1,000 subscribers. They were interviewed by us weeks ago. I'd like to think that we hopefully helped them. There's Mickey with his balloons. They got the red notation from YouTube. 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations. Mr. Spontaneously Disney. I love that logo. He's got his button. He's wearing it strong. Congratulations. 1,000 subscribers as well. We appreciate that. Yep, Jeff, you're supposed to get me Sprinkles. Mike Wheeler is telling you, get me the cupcakes. Samantha Lowe. She just hit this the other day. Congratulations, 1,500 subscribers strong. We are very proud of Samantha. She will be a guest on an upcoming Wednesday show. She does a great job out there. We're very, very proud of Samantha and her 1,500. She's been working hard to get to that number. Disney Dan. He comes to us from across the pond. I love Disney Dan. He is one of my European friends. He just hit 2,000 subscribers. 2,000 subscribers. Disney Dan, rocking it, my friend. Congratulations. He's got his celebrating button. He's wearing it there, proud. Extra Magic, Peter, he hit it. 2,000 subscribers. The numbers keep growing. People are doing well on YouTube. We're excited to tell you about it. We want you to know. And 2,000 strong for Extra Magic. He's got his button there. Congratulations on hitting that number, Peter. Extra Magic. Check them out. 2,000 strong. Mouse Talk, my brother from Maryland who left here and decided to move to Florida because he wanted to broadcast live. He couldn't just settle for watching the Orioles and Ravens. He had to go to Disney and be there every day. Well, he's at 4,000 subscribers now. Mickey's thrown up some confetti there. We've got the celebrating button for Mouse Talk. He is a great job, big supporter in the community. We love Mouse Talk. Congratulations. Let's talk some big money numbers. Paging Mr. Morrow. I'm talking about paging big numbers here. 50,000 strong. The man with a better hat game than I do. He's a guest coming up on Sunday very shortly. We're excited to sit down with Nate and talk with him. He's got 50,000 strong. He's halfway to the check mark, and we want to see him get there. I talked about Panda earlier. Well, I'm highlighting him again. He just hit 98,000. That's a big, solid number. Congratulations there, my friend. We appreciate you hitting your number there. Go ahead. Not far. He'll be probably the next one to hit that checkmark number of 1,000. Corey Meets World. Corey is amazing. 5 million. You heard me right. 5 million views on YouTube. It's unbelievable. Corey is growing rapidly. He's got an incredible stream coming tomorrow night. I can't wait to see Corey do his stream tomorrow night. If you love Disney and history, you're going to want to check out Corey tomorrow night. Every week, we highlight some of the Muppets. The Muppet Show that we did was a highlighting those people in the community that were presented recognitions for being incredible in the community, for doing so many different things. Positivity, for being great moderators, strong female lead, strong male lead, somebody who's inspirational. We got several of them in the chat tonight. Mike Wheeler, he's a past recipient of a Muppet Badge of Honor winner. This week we highlight for being impartial Corey Meets World, who just hit 5 million. He received it for being the Walter Award for being impartial, a sense of reason in the community. As we come down here to the end, we remind you December 13th is the next big show. we will be presenting the next series in these honor recognitions. We've got 20 plus that we're going to recognize. I saw the button graphics today. Oh my Lord, it's going to be incredible. I can't wait to present these out. We will be doing that December 13th. Set your calendars. You don't want to miss it. Who in the community is going to get recognized this time? And the great thing is, it's not the last. It's a series because we've already announced that in May we will be doing Star Wars recognitions of honor. I real quick want to just highlight those channels that are participating in the supporting channels. You can see them all there. I'm not going to run through them. You can see the logos. I'm sure you're familiar with them. If you're not, you should be. And here's the great thing. December 13th, we are announcing 2 new channels who have agreed to take part in this community recognition. They're incredible channels. I'm so proud of them for joining us, but I'm waiting for the big announcements December 13th. You're going to have to tune in to find out who are the 2 newest channels joining this community recognition forum. So we had great guests here tonight. Next Wednesday, Gary Pilla is here. You want to be here. I've been talking about him for months. He's one of the best sculptors I've ever seen. He does Disney content. He's all over Facebook. Look him up, Gary Pilla. I'm going to show you some amazing works of art next week. I cannot wait to sit down with this gentleman. I've actually talked with Gary, and I'm going to be buying one. He's not giving me one. It's not a sponsorship thing. I support artists. I think he's phenomenal. I can't wait to have him on next Wednesday, 7 o'clock right here. 2 weeks from tonight, oh, Lord, it's the man that always has a little Disney plush with him everywhere in the park. It's My Disney Fix. Aaron will be in house 2 weeks from now, Wednesday, right here on Chillin' with Pete. Sunday night, we go Living in Diz. It's Corey. That's right. The Living in Diz team will be in the hot seat. What crazy questions am I going to ask Corey? Who knows? He's nervous. I know. He told me today he's sweating. He should be. He should be worried. You know, every time I talk to somebody and they say to me, I'm a little scared about doing that Sunday show, I just tell them this.
You will be. You will be.
You will be scared because of the questions we're going to ask. And I can tell you, she talked about it a few minutes ago on her live stream. Tanya, the crazy Disney lady, almost 15,000 strong in Survivors. I think about Survivor because of what Tanya went through this year. She is a survivor. I think about that every time I think of this amazing person. I can't wait to sit down with Tanya in the hot seat. It's that crazy Disney lady. She's one of the best streamers out there. I love her and cannot wait to sit down with her. Final thoughts is I remind everybody, here's the shows to check out that I follow every week. On Sundays, I watch Dole with Dad, Disney Dan, and Dinners with Donna when she's every other week. She's amazing and does a great job cooking. Monday nights, Triple P, Steve's World, and Mickey's Magic Meg. We also do our football show for our football people. I will be live this Monday night talking the NFL. Please come over and watch. If you love Disney, go over to Triple P, Steve, and Meg, and you will be there when you're done. Come see us after you see them. They do great Disney content. Tuesdays, Zippity Doodad, More Sunshine Please. Lake Bona Visitors TV is unbelievable on Tuesdays. Viapre Project. You like Legos, you're going to love the Viapre Project. Legos and Disney is their format. Brandy and Dave, Beverages for Two or Something with Two. They're just 2 amazing people is what I say. Check out their content on Tuesdays. They're awesome. Wednesdays is tonight. Magical News Live was early. He goes every Wednesday night. We are looking at 46 minutes from now, I believe it is. This and That, they will be live. They're phenomenal. If you want to laugh out loud, this is not for Mimi Troy. Do not put her over to This and That. You can go there. I'll go there. They're a little bit more towards the adult thing, but they are hysterical. This and That every Wednesday is 9 o'clock. Thursdays, we finish it up here. It's a double shot of Corey. Corey Meets World, Living in Diz. Both of them go on Thursdays. I love their channels. Thursday nights late is the Lynn Project. She'll fix you a beverage, talk a little Disney. She's amazing. And, of course, our Thursday night watch party. And, again, a special note, we will not be live this Thursday because there is no game. We will be live on Monday. Resort TV 1 is Friday night must-see TV along with Rob Fuzz. I'm not hitting that horn again because he's not in here right now, so I'm not obligated contractually. Saturdays finish up. Disney World Freak is on Saturday mornings. Mouse Talk Saturday evenings. Diz Our Dream, 11 o'clock. He does a great show. And Shep finishes up the week with the last show of the night on 10 o'clock, the Shep family, Saturday nights. And I always say last, don't forget these guys that go all throughout the week at different times. Myers and the Mouse, the WDW couple, amazing channels. Provost Park Pass, a future channel that we're going to be interviewing. The Panda, I hope I get John on here on our show. I'm working on it. I hope he does. He does a great job. Prince Charming Dev has already been a great guest along with Jackie Super Enthused. You can find them in our playlist called Disney Innovators. They are over there. Paige, Mr. Morrow, and That Crazy Disney Lady, they're both coming up shortly on our channel. We finish out the show each week with the final thought that I have, which is very simple and easy. I first, again, say I appreciate you being here. I thank my moderators who helped me tonight keep this chat clean and family-friendly. Cricket Fox says, which game are we doing Monday? Cricket, I'm doing both games. I'm going live at 5 Eastern Time here on the East Coast to go with the Kansas City and Buffalo game early, and then we're going to flow right into the Dallas game. We'll be live all night whenever you can get in. We appreciate you being here with us. So, look, if you had a magical experience here tonight, consider going over, if you're watching on the replay, and checking out our guest here tonight. Again, one last look. They were Disney Assembled. They're a phenomenal father and daughter team. I love the logo there. I love the background. You'll love their podcast. Check them out right here on YouTube. If you like their content, we encourage you to subscribe. We remind everybody, our final thought is always the same. The world is a better place when you put a smile on someone's face. Every time I hit that go live button, I try to do that. Hopefully our guest and myself, we've done that here for you tonight. For all the creators out there, and there's many of them that I've seen in the chat here tonight, I say, whistle while you work. For all those in the Disney community who are just fans of the show, well, you know what? We tell you, please continue to find your happily ever after right here in our community. A special note, I've been saving this to the end for all those who hung around to the very end. We have an amazing thing going for Christmas. We are in the process of finalizing about 28 channels that are coming together and going to do for you a reading of a special Christmas carol. There'll be more to come on that shortly. I congratulate Loving Disworld, who is a fan of the show and a small creator who is just starting with coming up with this idea. But we are going to read A Night Before Christmas, where 28 of your favorite YouTube channels are going to come together and do this for you. It's going to be a Christmas gift from all these channels to you. More to come, but you stayed. The last 30 people that have hung out here, you found out something new that I'll be talking about on Sunday night. You heard it first. On behalf of the absent producer, Preston, my two guests, Troy and Mimi, myself, we tell you, don't be a stranger, don't be alone, just be Goofy, Donald, or Mickey. Mickey, do me a favor. Take us home, buddy. Oh, my Lord, are you telling me E can't find anything? Mickey, what are you doing to me? Oh, you can't find the file. We're going to go out a different way tonight. I'm using a beta form. Ecamm couldn't find the file. I probably got to re-render it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Chilling with Pete, and my channel is Pete McDevitt. Thank you for being here tonight. Mickey's not taking you home, but I'm going to. Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Have a good evening and a true and pleasant tomorrow.